Think we'll keep that? I don't know.
What's up, everyone? It's been a few weeks. I've been trying to figure out how to make better videos for you guys. Kind of waiting on some new equipment. Trying to stop using the word a lot. So I'm kind of waiting on equipment. I'm waiting on a set of Sakura Pink 57 DRs, which I got off eBay. I got a new helmet for the trip, AGV. It's a pretty sweet looking helmet. Waiting on a gold reflective cover for it. So I'll have helmets for ride-alongs and things like that if I feel comfortable even doing it. What I am doing today is just a few things, actually, on both cars. As soon as I get back from the event in Utah, I will basically be driving straight back into the urban drift event at the Lone Star Park. So the only thing I'm doing is adding a catch can. The AccuSump, for some reason when I run it, it spits out a little. It's been getting on my radiator. Just changing that up a little bit. After driving this thing around a while, it's too low. So what I did last night is just simply raise it up about 1.25 inches. It's very easy with BC coilovers. They are just really easy to do. Yeah, I wanted it more. I mean, it looked cool low, but I was tired of scraping on just like going to the grocery store and things like that. So I did that. I am going to do the same thing to the rear. I'm probably going to tighten up the suspension up here. Once again, BC coilover, so I can firm up the front while leaving the rear a little softer. I'm going to do the same thing I've done for the FC and just play with it from there. It does have the Typhoon intake system. I did raise the light beams up. They were really low to the ground, and so I did a few clicks on that, and I think that with the height adjustment in the front, I should be good. So yeah, so it'll be good to really get the wheels back on the car. It'll be a good time passer until I get the Sakura Pinks. I did find the set, like I said earlier, of the 57 CRs, which is the 5-spoke version of these. I lucked out and got another set of true Sakura Pinks. So, other than that, here we go. All right, so you can do this without taking your wheel off, but like I said, I've got a new set of wheels coming and I'm going to try them on here first thing. So G37, driver rear, doesn't matter what side we're on. You can see in these BC coilovers, you can see a little bit of the threaded part of the suspension. So this is how you can tell if you've got more room, if you've got more play. So it's going to be kind of the same across most of the suspension manufacturers, but I specifically use BC Racing because they support grassroots. They support anybody that just loves drifting. I have them on my FC, so they're on the G37 as well. So basically all you're going to do is loosen this nut right here, and I'm just going to simply break it loose and leave it at its location so that I have something to measure from. And then I'm going to go ahead and raise it up the exact same as I've done the front which is going to be around an inch and 3/8. I want it to squat a little bit, so I don't know. It doesn't have near the power the FC does, so I think I'm just going to match it exactly. So that's kind of what you'll see me doing. So you can see I just loosened this. I'm not going to spin it, but I just loosened it so it'll basically set my where my height was, so I know how high I'm going. And you just spin the entire thing. So I know this one looks strange because it is a separate setup when you convert it to the BC coilovers. So, but what you typically see is this setup. And so it's the same concept. You would loosen this nut right here and twist up the whole entire. I had to learn this the hard way, so I figured I would show you guys. You basically let this nut go and you turn the entire shock, the entire everything, just like what you're seeing. So it doesn't matter if it has a coil on it or not. But yeah, so you're just going to raise this up until I can measure the gap from here to the bottom of this. And like I said, you always have this hole. My front ones didn't, but my ones in the FCs do. You have this hole right here that shows. That way you can tell if you're about to thread this outside of the mount. So you can always just keep an eye on that. All right, so you can see while this will spin up, I just left it right where it was. So it gives me something to measure. So I measured from here to here, and that's 1 inch. So I've essentially, in theory, raised the rear suspension up 1 inch. So once I've done that, I make sure that, just make sure that it's exactly where it is so you know what to set the other side. And then now you can mess with this and you'll just basically do the same thing in reverse. Tighten this down. Now you will go down, you know, a couple millimeters or so whenever you tighten this, because you will essentially be turning the whole thing just to get this tightened down super tight. But yeah, that's how easy it is to raise the suspension on the BC Racing coilovers. Get on their website, check them out. They'll custom make you suspension components. They can get it out in 4 to 5 weeks. They have stuff in stock ready to go. So hit up BC Racing. It's that easy to adjust the suspension on your drift car. So what you saw my head in the way for, heck, I'll edit that out. So on the G37's kits, the coil is actually separate. And you can see on this one that it is, let's make it look a little crooked, it's not cross-threaded. This is maxed out. So all I simply have to do is adjust this one. This one would adjust a hair differently. You would just allow the spring to come up. So you would have to loosen the locking nut and then slowly rotate this one. Probably be a lot harder. I mean, not harder, a lot more time consuming to do. But since this one's set already at the lowest, we should be good to go. So we'll just kind of replicate what we have on the other side. So it's kind of the same thing over here. This time, since there's not a very good view, I'll show you. That's it. So I didn't move this, so I can measure it from here to here. So that's basically all I'm doing. You know that funny little meme that you always see on Facebook or some type of social media that says a 5-minute job is always easy until you strip a bolt or something like that. So the normal routine, changing wheels and tires, I was taking off the spacers. I mean, it's my fault. I went ahead and ordered cheap $30 spacers from Amazon, and well, I'll just show you. So what we have here is a rounded bolt. It is completely rounded off. Got these little extractor kit, and we're gonna give it a try. But yeah, that's kind of why the other video stopped. You see me changed. I had to go to the store, get some. Now we're gonna try and get it out. Hopefully it'll work. It's of course not the best thing to happen right before drift week, but I guess it's bad. I mean, I wasn't planning on running a spacer anyway, because I have 10.5s for the rear, 10.5 and 9.5. Like I said, I had the Rega Masters on there. They looked good. I was getting the wheels powder coated, and this is what I get for it actually. But it's okay. Right in front of my face. I have to use my little wrench. That's why you don't get cheap spacers, and I'm learning that hard firsthand. It's just snapping the wrench. Oh, yeah.
Think we'll keep that? I don't know.
That, ladies and gentlemen, well,
I got it. I freaking got it.
never.
That looks safe, right?
What Drift Week is kind of what I'm getting ready for. So it's this thing put on by Aaron Losi. He is a guy here in the DFW area, and you basically just go around for about 2 weeks drifting with friends. And so you will travel. Well, for me, for instance, I am going to travel from Texas to the first event in Arizona. So that's about 900 miles for me, and then we'll be doing 2 days on track there, and then carrying on to California, on up through a couple of different states, and gonna do that. So we'll end up hitting 9 tracks, and that's gonna be 2 days on each track, and then we'll be traveling in between all across the West Coast. And so that's kind of why I had to get a different car. And I know I've said this on other videos, but I kind of wanted to bring it all together as we're working on the Drift Week 7 car. So it requires a lot of, kind of prep work and things to get ready for and practice. And knowing that this car has already done it with James Dean and Dave with Drift Games, they both have driven the crap out of this car. But it also shows they've also upgraded it when things broke. And that's why I'm confident in taking it. I just wanted to make it my own style. I'll make it unique. So I wanted to pay tribute to Naoki. That's why I did the wheels a completely different color. I also have a set of spares that are going to be the same way. But yeah, so this is kind of the second episode. We're just doing some work on the G37, getting it ready. Hopefully the vinyls will be in here next week. Everybody's liking the wheels so far. There's tons of people out walking because it's the first beautiful day out here in Tejas, Texas. But yeah, definitely didn't rub there.